I'm going to sit here and watch the snow come down as I record this, even though you probably won't see this for a couple days later. This feels really good to me as I'm talking about healing during the winter. So I have 5 pillars that I've identified as like the guiding principles of all of the healing work that I do. So right now I have an 11-week program open for enrollment called Intuitive Woman Rising. So I'm speaking a lot into this space about the kind of work that I do, and these 5 pillars are really what makes working with me unique. And they were the game changers for me on my healing journey. So that's why I like to, I get excited to speak about them. But today's pillar, let's talk about we can't become ourselves by ourselves. Particularly for women, receiving support is very difficult. And this is not some sort of like defect in you. There are a lot of real reasons why, passed down through generations, it's been unsafe for women to receive support. So we have been trained to give more than receive, and that makes it really difficult to do healing work in connection with other people. But if you've been doing healing work solo on your own, obviously, yes, there's a lot of beautiful parts of the journey that need to be only reflecting within. I definitely had like a whole couple of years of like hermit living. But the ultimate goal for the transformation that you're really seeking in your life is to be able to show up in the world differently and to be able to connect to others differently, and to be able to receive all that is here for you. So we can't become ourselves by ourselves. This is, you'll hear me say over and over again, that I'm practicing right beside you. And it's not about, I mean, part of it is letting you know that you're not alone. But the other piece is that this type of work needs to be done in community. Like, it's not like you're somehow failing if you need support. It is part of the work is to be able to open yourself up to safely receive all that is here for you and to be in community, because that is what humans crave more than anything, is connection and belonging, right? So we can't become ourselves by ourselves. This is not something you can do in isolation, this kind of work. This is... so many of the intuitive women that I work with have a deep calling to contribute beautiful things to the world, right? Whatever your soul's calling is, even if it feels very far away from you right now, like there's a piece of you that knows that you have something that you really want to be contributing. And I say over and over again, as much as you want to be giving that to the world, you will need to learn how to receive way more first. This isn't like equal giving and receiving. This is like your cup needs to be really full and overflowing in order to give these beautiful creative contributions to the world. In order to show up as the woman that you want to be, receive, receive, receive in ways that our minds have a hard time grasping. That's, again, why we need to do it in community, because if I sat here by myself and said, like, well, what's possible for me to receive, I'm going to limit myself. But working with others and being in community with others, that's where the gems are. It's impossible. You cannot do it on your own. And the amount of deep transformation in your life is directly proportionate to the capacity you have to receive. This is a really tricky part of our healing work together. I'm very devoted to it. Women in particular are just not receiving the support that they need to be receiving, period. And so it's up to us to be changing that with each other, for each other, helping each other rise up. All of the things. I'm here for it. So if any of this speaks to you, my Intuitive Woman Rising program is open for enrollment. You can click the link in my bio to learn a whole lot of information about that. I hope if some piece of you is a little bit curious that you'll take the courageous step just to explore a little bit more. Take really beautiful care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.